Shalom, Chaverim, Shalom, Shalom. Lehitraot, Lehitraot, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom.
I want to light this candle for community. And I want to light this candle for a celebration of dreams.
I feel very well treated and very well embraced tonight from the people here. Never been here before. Never been involved in such a service. But as I said before, open-minded.
All right.
Because a closed mind is a closed heart. And I try to have a very open mind. Thank you for your hospitality, and thank you for inviting me.
The name of the project is called Coming Home, and its mission is twofold. One is to provide homeless men and women the opportunity for creative expression and then bring a little fun into their lives, because they spend a lot of the time focusing on what they've done wrong and not what is beautiful about them. The second part of the mission of Coming Home is to break down the barriers and the stereotypes that divide the rich from the poor. And the way we do that is to have events like this, where two worlds come together to meet and learn about each other. And I believe that when tonight's over, you won't be able to think of homelessness in the same way, and you won't walk by a homeless person on the street in the same way.
I first became homeless in 1994, due to my use of drugs and alcohol. It was kind of rough, because for the most part I just lived on the streets, going from one shelter to another. I met you a long time ago, and although I believed in you, in my deeds it didn't show. You allowed me to do as I pleased, not once did you say nay. Yet you still provided all my needs, even till this very day. And when the pain got so bad, I felt you come inside. And when the tears began to fall, your hands dried my eyes. You put your arms around me. You told me have no fear. You said I never left you, son. I've always been right here. You said you were a friend who would stick closer than a brother. You told me you were God, and besides you, there is no other. You brought me out of darkness, and I found that you were the light. Then you forgave me of all my sins and gave me a brand new life. So now I count my blessings, and I count them night and day. Only now I give glory, honor, and praise as I go along my way. Thanks for bringing me out of my madness. Dennis Tubb. Thank you all for listening.
My congregation cannot exist in a vacuum. The essence of what I try to share with them is the Hebrew phrase tikkun olam, is that they are responsible for making this world better. And homelessness is a major problem. What we created was a dialogue between the homeless and ourselves, so that the congregation was saying, we pray for you, but the homeless were saying, and we pray for you.
Show me thy way.
Show me thy way.
Teach me thy path.
Teach me thy path.
Show me thy way.
Show me thy way.
Teach me thy path.
Teach me thy path.
And oh my God,
oh my God,
I trust in thee.
I trust in thee.
So let me not be ashamed,
Don't let my enemies triumph over me.
so let me not be ashamed.
Don't let my enemies triumph over me.
Am I free to see that I can be anything I want to be? Am I free to stay, or do I have to go away? Am I free to look in my mind and not be scared of what I might find? Am I free to care and willing to share? Am I free to feel knowing that I don't have to steal? Am I free to think that the madness is out in the street will cease so we all could live in harmony and peace?
I think everybody who's involved in the Creative Writing Project begins to have an opportunity that they never had, to learn about themselves. And I think we all like to learn about ourselves. I think it's one of the goals in life is to have a better awareness and understanding of oneself.
3 days before my 42nd birthday, I decided I wanted to change my life because of what I was doing. I knew right from wrong, and all I really needed was help. And so I decided to go into a treatment center. As I came to Cathedral Shelter, that's when I realized that I was really homeless because I didn't have a place in my name. Although I have no bed tonight, I'm not going to dwell on it because that would be a hard flight. Although I have no bed tonight, I can sit back and read a book and listen to music and stay up all night. Although I have no bed tonight, I can allow myself not to be afraid of the light. Although I have no bed tonight, with the presence of God, everything will be all right. Thank you.
When we heard the poets, they were creating psalms, just like the ancients did. When the ancient wrote, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," it was the exact same kind of feeling as the pieces of poetry that we heard. It was the same kind of reaching out for a sense of salvation, because in the course of bearing your soul, you are praying.
The greatest thing that you ever encounter is indifference. Okay? I can come today and shake this gentleman's hand and look him in his eye. But it wasn't so easy when I still wore clothes that I had on for weeks and weeks. I smelled. When you're homeless, you isolate and you hide. Sometimes you may see me walking down the street and you say, there's something wrong with him. He's talking to himself. Yeah. I'm not talking to myself. I'm not crazy. I'm just mad. I'm beating myself up, asking myself, how did I put myself in this position? Why did I do the things I did to my family and my friends? And it just comes out of my mouth from anger. And then you walk down the street and you strike out, not at people going by, at yourself. That's who you're mad at. And I long for some compassion, for some sympathy, for someone to shake my hand and let me know that I'm still a part of the human race. When I relate my experience of homelessness, I speak from what has occurred. When I write poetry, I write from what has occurred, what I would have liked to seen occurred, what my vision and hope for future occurrences are with myself and with people and with humanity. As the wind drives the trees, it drives the cold that forces the life out of me. The city closes for the night, and I struggle to find shelter from this demonic plight. Salvation and redemption, they too seem far from my sight. There's a dark night guarding the gate to the place that I might rest from the winds to find escape. He's poised to battle, to administer my tests, to silence my cries that would attest that I only sleep on the train to gain a moment's peaceful rest. Thank you for hearing my story. When we come together in a situation that's designed for people to express their feelings, designed to break down those barriers, no one ever leaves the same as they came. There's always a great understanding, a great compassion, and a great love for your fellows that comes from those, because we all can appreciate feelings and the feelings that we have as human beings.
Every single member of my congregation walked out of that service a changed person. Never again will they pass someone who is homeless and not feel a connection and not know that that homeless person's story is their story and not know that they are family of that person. This evening for us was as powerful as it gets.
And so we pray. If we are weary, give us strength. If we are discouraged, give us hope. If we have forgotten how to pray, remind us. If we have been careless of time, forgive us. If our hearts have been chilled by indifference, warm them with your mercy. On this holy Shabbat night, as we kindle our candles, inspire us with the light of your glowing spirit.
And I long for some compassion, for someone to shake my hand and let me know that I'm still a part of the human race.
Baby.